Well, hey everybody, this is Parker from Games for Youth Ministry by YM360, where we make games so good, they're really good. And today we're looking at a game called Three Spree, which is a really fast-paced game that has two students going head-to-head, naming off as many items in a category that they can. There's only really two rules. Number one, you can't duplicate an item that's already been said. And number two, you gotta say it within 3 seconds, otherwise the buzzer goes off, and then that's game over for you, and then you go to the next category. So let me show you really quickly what that looks like. So we just kind of hit a button right here. Whoops, let me restart the timer. And show our first item, which is superheroes. In which case I have 3 seconds to be like, okay, Batman. And then that starts over again. And we're like, okay, now we need Superman. Starts over again. We need Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, whatever. Okay. So eventually I'm going to get to the end, and it's going to hit timeout, and I'm run out of time. Oh, okay, that's it for that one. So we move to the next one, and now we have to do zoo animals. So then that starts over. So we're like, okay, zoo animals are, a zebra, kangaroos, probably monkeys. Yeah, you get the idea, right? Okay, so if you get a duplicate and someone says zebra, also says duplicate, and then that person's out, or they lose a point, or the other person gains a point, whatever it is, and then you go to the next one, and you just keep doing this until you're done. So let me jump over here real quickly to show you the controls, and it's really simple. You just put each item on a different line, and then that's it. So we can add another one, say like breeds of cat. Right, hit save, and now that's on our list of things. Here are your controls. With all of our games, you can either press the buttons here, or you can just hit the keys on the keyboard. So, for example, the space bar is going to start and stop that timer. The R key is going to reset the timer. The down arrow key, that's a duplicate. If you hit the enter key, that's going to bring up a random category. So, breeds of dog. If you hit the next category key, that's going to bring up the next one. And if you need to get rid of something, you just hit the left arrow key, and that's going to move something off the screen. So you want to do that maybe if you're in the middle of just explaining something, you don't want anything to be up on the screen, you do that part. Okay, the best way to play this, in my opinion, is to have somebody who's actually running the controls. Just have them with their, I prefer to have my finger on the down arrow key and the space bar, and that way I can just hit a button, duplicate, and then you hit the next arrow key to get the next item. When you're doing this, you want to have somebody else who's actually paying attention to the actual things that are being said. So let's say, for example, you have the host who's up on stage. I typically will use a student who's up on stage. They're the ones who are going back and forth the microphone between two people. It's the person in the back next to the person on the computer who's actually listening to what's being said. So they're listening to it, and because in some cases you may say something it's not like a superhero. You may say, a beagle, which is not a type of superhero, or you may make up a superhero name, say Beagle Man or something like that. That doesn't exist. That's the judge in the back. That's the one who tells you whether to go or not go. Now, if they pick something that doesn't exist, that's okay. You just let the timer run out, so they can say as many things as they want until they get it right within the 3 seconds that are there. It's also important that the person who's paying attention is keeping track of if something has already been said. This kind of gets tough if it goes on for a while, but you really have to have somebody who is focused, who can keep an eye on what's being said. There's absolutely no point in writing down what's being said because it just goes way too fast. So maybe even having a few people in the back who are just listening to it and they all agree, yeah, that's been said, hit the duplicate button. All right, so that is Three Spree. I hope you guys enjoy that. Again, just type in whatever your categories are that you want. Another fun way to do this too is you can make it more specific to your ministry or your general locations you're in. So, having students list off the volunteers that are there, listing off current movies that are in the movie theater maybe, or things that you guys have around your town. That makes it a little more localized and a lot more fun. So hope you guys like this one. I'll see you in the next video.